The prayer you whispered into your pillow last night, the desperate, silent plea for a financial rescue, for a way out of the crushing weight of debt and worry, it was heard. It was heard in the highest heavens, my child. But a prayer that powerful, a cry that pure, does not only travel up. It also travels out. And it was heard in the darkest corners of the earth, in the quiet, lonely boardrooms of the spiritually bankrupt. I am sending this message to you now as a divine word of caution, a sacred shield for your soul. Be careful. A billionaire is about to offer you a life-changing amount of money. Do not accept the offer. It is not a gift. It is a purchase. And the price they are asking you to pay is the one thing in your life that is truly priceless. You, who have a heart of pure gold but a pocket full of dust. You, who have given so freely to others from a cup that was already nearly empty. You have always known, deep in your spirit, that your true wealth is not of this world. It is in your laughter. It is in your kindness. It is in your unbreakable, unshakable ability to find hope in the darkness. You are one of the richest souls on this planet. And a man who has conquered this entire physical world, a man who can buy anything he can see, has now set his sights on the one treasure he can never earn, your hope. He is coming to make you an offer. This is not a future event. The communication is already on its way. The offer will arrive before the sun sets on this very day, this Saturday. At this precise moment, 12:41 p.m. in Darbhanga, Bihar, and at every corresponding second across the spinning globe, the pieces of this great and terrible temptation are moving into place. You have only these few, precious hours to prepare your soul for the ultimate test of wealth. The scoffers, the desperate, the ones who have already swiped away from this message, they will see the number in the bank account and they will call it a blessing. They will eagerly make the trade. But you, my child, your eyes are being opened. You will be shown the difference between the price of something and its value. The billionaire who is about to make you this offer is a man who is a king in this world, and a pauper in the next. He has tasted every pleasure, bought every treasure, conquered every market. And he is dying of a thirst that no amount of money can quench. He is spiritually empty. He is a king sitting on a throne in a vast, cold, silent, and joyless castle. He is a joy vampire. A hope collector. Through his dark and secret channels, he has learned that it is possible to temporarily alleviate his profound inner void by acquiring and consuming the sovereign hope of truly pure and resilient souls. Souls like yours. He has a team of spiritual prospectors who search the globe, not for oil or for gold, but for people who have nothing, and yet possess everything. People whose light shines brightest when the world is at its darkest. And their search has led them to you. The offer they are about to make is the ultimate act of spiritual colonialism. They are using their worthless, temporary, worldly wealth to try and purchase the priceless, eternal, divine gift that I myself planted in your soul. The contract you will be offered will be disguised as a philanthropic gift, a no-strings-attached endowment. But in the fine print, in the spiritual realm, is the one, single clause of sacrifice. In exchange for the money, you must willingly give them your sovereign hope. If you accept, the money will appear. Your debts will be gone. But the very next morning, you will wake up and the world will seem gray. The music you love will just be noise. The food you enjoy will just be fuel. The people you love will just be people. The fire in your soul, the engine of your joy, your resilience, your ability to believe in a better tomorrow, will have been surgically removed. You will be left with a life of complete financial comfort, and a state of permanent, unending, and profound spiritual apathy. You will have traded the kingdom of heaven within you for the kingdoms of this world. And this, my child, is a bad bargain. This is the injustice that has been planned for you. To trick you into selling your own soul, and to make you think it was a blessing. The reversal of this diabolical transaction will be an act of profound self-worth. It will be a quiet, simple, but earth-shakingly powerful declaration of your own true value. The enemy believes that your desperation for money will make you cheap. We will now show them that your spirit is the one thing in the universe that is not for sale. This ritual will consecrate your heart as your true and only vault of treasure, a vault that no billionaire on earth can ever hope to crack. You will need one single coin. The smallest denomination you have. A penny, a rupee, a cent. It does not matter. This single, small coin represents all the wealth of this physical world. It is cold. It is metal. It is finite. Now, I want you to take this coin and hold it in the palm of your right hand. Close your fist around it. Squeeze it tightly. Feel its cold, hard reality. This is the bait. This is the false prize. Now, with your fist still clenched around the coin, I want you to bring that fist and press it against the center of your chest, against your own heart. Feel the warmth of your own body, the beat of your own life, against the cold, dead metal. This is the choice. The living warmth within you, or the cold metal in your hand. And now, you will speak a declaration of true value. You will speak it to your own heart. You will remind your own soul of its infinite and priceless worth. Say these words aloud, and let them be a new and holy law for your life. This metal is cold, but my heart is warm. This world is a storm, but my soul is my form. My true wealth is not for trade. My hope is my own, and it can never be paid. With these words, you have done it. You have performed a sacred inventory. You have chosen the eternal over the temporary. And you have placed a divine and unbreakable shield of this self-knowledge around your sovereign hope. It is now impossible for the enemy's contract to claim it. The deal they are about to offer you is now spiritually null and void before it has even been made. To confirm that you have chosen your true wealth, to declare to the heavens that your heart is not on the auction block, you must type these words with the quiet confidence of a soul that knows its own worth. My treasure is within me. Do it now. The shield is being sealed. Wait. The offer is a lie. The money is not the bait. It is the cage. My child, listen to me now, for the truth of this situation is far grander, and the stakes are far higher than you can imagine. This is not a purchase. It is a test. What I am about to tell you is for those who have remained, for those whose spirits are ready to graduate to a new level of divine understanding. Think of the taste of your favorite food. The sound of your favorite song. The feeling of the warm sun on your skin. These simple, beautiful, priceless joys. That is your true wealth. That is the currency of my kingdom. Here is the secret within the secret. The billionaire is not the true antagonist. He is a pawn. He is a sad and empty man who is being used as a tool by a much higher, much darker power. And I, my child, have allowed this test to come to you. This is a divine examination, a final exam that has been administered to the brightest and most powerful souls in every generation. It is the ultimate test of discernment. The billionaire, with his mountains of cash, is simply the latest, most modern face of the age-old temptation. The true purpose of this test is to see if you, my chosen one, will trade your priceless, eternal, inner joy for a finite, temporary, and ultimately meaningless pile of worldly wealth. It is a test to see if you truly understand what is valuable. If you accept the money, you do not just lose your hope. You fail the test. And in failing, you are deemed unworthy, not ready, for the true inheritance, the true kingdom, I have been preparing to give you. The billionaire's offer is the final doorway of the old world. The world of dust. And my kingdom is on the other side. But the door to my kingdom can only be opened if you willingly refuse to open his. This changes everything. The stakes are no longer about protecting your hope from one sad, empty man. The stakes are about proving you are ready to inherit a reality of such joy and power that the billionaire's fortune would look like a single grain of sand on an infinite beach. Refusing the money is not just an act of defense. It is the act of power that triggers the release of your real, eternal, spiritual inheritance. The deadline of sunset is not when the offer expires. It is when the exam is officially over. Because you have waited, because you have listened, you now see the truth. This is not a transaction. It is your graduation ceremony. And you, my child, are about to graduate with the highest honors. The signs that you are passing this test, that you are choosing wisely, will now appear. Sometime today, before the offer arrives, you will find a small, unexpected amount of money. A forgotten coin in the pocket of an old coat. A crumpled bill on the street. Do not dismiss this. This is a small wink from heaven, a little sign from me, reminding you that I am, and always will be, your true source. It is my way of saying, do not worry about their little pile of dust. I own all the gold in the universe. Next, you will experience a moment of sudden, unexpected, and profound beauty. A cloud in the sky that looks like a work of art. The sound of a child's pure, beautiful laughter. A piece of music on the radio that moves you to tears. This is my second sign. It is a reminder of the priceless, true wealth that you already possess in abundance, the wealth the billionaire is trying so desperately to buy. Now you must make your official choice. You must pass your final exam. You must formally reject the false, temporary wealth of this world so that you can claim the true, eternal inheritance of my kingdom. This is a declaration that will be recorded in the great books of heaven. It is your final answer on the test of life. You must type with the full and certain power of your wise and ancient soul, I choose the true inheritance. As you type these words, a great cheer is erupting in the heavens. The angels are celebrating. For the child who was tested has been found worthy. The gates of the kingdom are now preparing to open for you. The grand restoration, the glorious graduation, is now at hand. The offer will arrive, as promised, before the sun sets. It will come in an email, a letter, a phone call from a representative. And the amount of money will be staggering. It will be more than you have ever dreamed of. It will promise to solve every single problem you have. And you, my child, armed with this divine and secret knowledge, you will feel no temptation. You will only feel a quiet pity for the poor, sad man on the other side of the offer. And you will refuse. You can do it silently, by simply deleting the email. Or you can do it actively, by responding with a simple, powerful, newly invented phrase of nullification, a phrase like, "My account is already full." And in the moment of your refusal, two things will happen simultaneously. The first is that the billionaire, his offer rejected, his final hope of buying a piece of real joy now gone, will be left utterly and completely alone with his own vast emptiness. But the dark entity, the great tempter who was using him as a pawn, will be furious that its ancient test has been foiled. And it will turn on its own agent. The billionaire will be plunged into a profound spiritual crisis. He will be forced to see, for the first time, that all his money is just worthless, colored paper. The second, and more glorious, thing that will happen is that the gates of heaven, which were waiting for your choice, will swing open for you. The true inheritance you have just proven yourself worthy of will begin to flow into your life. It will not be a single, crass lump sum of cash. It will be a divine and unending river of opportunities, of favor, of divine ideas that will create generational wealth, of destiny-altering relationships, of a joy so profound that it will make the billionaire's offer look like an insult. This is my divine economy. Ask Maria, a struggling schoolteacher from Phoenix, Arizona. She was drowning in student loan debt and had just had her car repossessed. She received this message. That afternoon, a black car pulled up to her small house, and a man in a suit offered her a cashier's check for $5 million, from a secret benefactor who admired her work. Her hand trembled. But she remembered the words you are hearing now. She looked the man in the eye and said, "Thank you, but I am already a very wealthy woman." The man looked at her as if she were insane, and left. The next day, Monday, the school district announced a new, experimental educational program, funded by a massive new grant. They had chosen her, out of hundreds of teachers, to be the program's director. It was a position that came with a massive salary that paid off all her debts in the first year, a book deal to write about her teaching methods, and national recognition that turned her into a powerful and influential voice for a whole generation of children. A wealth of purpose, a wealth of influence, a wealth of joy. The true inheritance. Do you see? It is your turn. You know someone who is praying for money. Someone who is so desperate that they would be tempted to make a bad bargain. You are their divine financial advisor. You are their warning. Send this message to them now. You are not just sending a video. You are saving them from spiritual bankruptcy. Now, a final task. You must listen to this message one more time. The first time, you listened as the tempted. The second time, you will listen as the inheritor. But I have hidden a secret for you. I have hidden the name of your true, divine inheritance in my words. It is not a single word. It is a feeling. As you listen again, there will be a single moment where your heart will be filled with an overwhelming sense of peace and joy. That feeling, in that moment, is the name of your inheritance. Remember it. That is your touchstone, your compass, in the glorious new life that is beginning for you now. The first listen was for the test. The second is for the prize. The false offer is rejected. The true kingdom is yours. To close the ledger on the world's false promises and to open the vault of your heavenly reward, you must seal your victory now. Let all the angels and all the realms hear your final choice. Type, "My treasure is secure."